What's going on, y'all? Sbygo here. We got our very own Christian.
Hello.
And what did you play, bro?
So I was playing Dracoslayers. Haha, that's pretty much what we've been posting the entire
No.
the whole time, which I'm very sorry about. I didn't realize there was a lot of Dracoslayer content until recently, and my brother made fun of me for that. So I'm so sorry.
That's cool. That's cool. Any shout outs or anything before we start?
I guess I can do it now. So obviously shout out to the boys from Yugioh for helping me understand how this deck works, because this deck uses a lot of mind power. Shout out to David Senpai also for playing this deck, because that way we were able to converse what's the better build and stuff.
Yeah.
Shout out to FUB, Felipe, Orlando, and Fernando, even though I haven't seen them in a while. Shout out to Walter, who's sitting over there. And shout out to David, even though it's been a while since I've been here, because I've been playing Pokemon.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. So
All right.
ready when you are. So maxing out on all the Dracoslayer names. So 3 Ignis, 3 Majesty, which is arguably the best one in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then 3 Dynamite. So pretty much, you want to maximize into the new ones. This one, when destroyed, essentially plus summons a Dracoslayer from a deck, which is a Sooner, which is nice. This is the broken one because you can send it from your hand to the graveyard. That way your Dracoslayer cards can be destroyed by card effects or be targeted by card effects too. So this is nice. And then this one's specialist, whatever's in scale. I mean, they all have a lot of stuff to do. Scale effect has really come up because we're not playing Masterpiece in this build, sorry. Scale effect of this one is busted because you can add another Dracoslayer name. So obviously Majesty and Ignis is full combo, and like I said, this one plus summons another skill. And then when you tribute summon this, you get to add a Dracoslayer from your extra deck. So when you make Dynasty, that's another add. And then obviously, besides the new ones, I'm playing 3 Luster. I am sorry that they're rares. I have 2 supers, and I did not want to mix match rarity.
Yeah, that's good.
And then 2 Masters.
Hey, those are super.
Yeah, these are super.
Hell yeah.
Pretty much, Luster's nice. I mean, I don't even know if there's anything to explain about Luster. The effect does come up. It helps trigger Ignis effects, use special. And then this is pretty much a low scale. I'm only running 2 because I run a bunch of searches for these guys. And also because I'm not running Harmonizing or Poison anymore, I decided just to bump these up. And yeah, honestly, the only real problem is that you have a bunch of high scales, so just having more low scales is nice. And then, as I was talking about the searchers, I'm gonna get this out of the way. Play the 1 Platinum Rhoda to search your Ignis Phoenix. You play the Platinum so you always see it. Play Durandal, which also searches your Ignis Phoenix, because when you can destroy it to add it to your hand. And pretty much when you normal summon Bubuku and equip it with Durandal, that is just full combo right there. Because what this does is that obviously when you normal summon it, you can search for a Magister card, and Majesty Texas always counts as a Magister, so you search that. Okay, Durandal effect, add Ignis Phoenix, and then you have your scale set up. This card is fun because people don't know that it can't be targeted by card effects. So when people attempt to imperm or veil it, they give you that hot knowledge so you can play around it.
Yeah.
And obviously what switches the Dynamite is Dynamis Charge. Honestly, I don't know how to feel about this. I mean, I only play it because it does make sense to add it to the hand, but honestly, I don't really see it that often for it to make a difference, if I'm being honest.
So would you consider cutting it, or?
I don't know. I guess I like it, so I might as well just keep it because it is working for me. Yeah, I guess I'll just keep it just because it's nice to have another way to search for another Dracoslayer card or another scale, pretty much, That's pretty much the main searches for the Dracoslayer cards. Playing a small Performapal engine, which is the monkey board. Your scale 1. This is activate, you can search for a Performapal card, which is going to be the Odd-Eye Synchron. Monk board is nice because I know, if you don't have another Performapal, it's a scale 4, but when you use Beyond the Pendulum effect, it's negated, so it is a skill 1. And then Odd-Eye Synchron, pretty much, you can target a monster in your scale, special summon it, and then Synchro. So obviously because Synchron is a level 2 and your monkey board is a level 6, you go to your level 8 Synchro plays. And then I play 2 Score Pack Jokers. I'm only playing 2 because Bumbuku is honestly the better normal summon. And I didn't want to have 6 normal summons, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And never scale this because Beyond the Pendulum does not scale, does not negate it. Yeah, I found out the hard way. But yeah, pretty much I normal summon this just to search for the Odd Eyes Revolution Dragon. gosh, this card is busted. Like, it's not one per turn. So it's like, you can search your Luster or your Massive Pendulum by paying 500 life, you know, it doesn't really matter because you have ways to like OTK. But then like, the fact that you can just, you know, scale it and then bring back your Ignitive Province from graveyard, like, oh my gosh. Like, you just clear boards, like, no problem.
Nasty, bro.
Like, my favorite part is when people like go like, that's not one per turn? Because you're just like, what am I supposed to do? Just laugh? But yeah, like, this card is busted. I play the one Aftercap Sorcerer. This is pretty much what I search off of Beyond the Pendulum if I don't need to search for Monkey Board. And you know, when a card on your field is destroyed, you could special summon and then add one of those destroyed cards. So it's like, you know, when you do Revolution effect, you bring back Ignister. It triggers Astrograph, so that way you can special summon and just search another one. That way you can just do it again. It's very nice, honestly. As for the extenders, I am playing 3 Kesture Ephemeras. If you don't have these, honestly, this Actor Curtain Raiser does the same thing where it just acts as another body, excuse me. Vanish effect does come up a few times though, but yeah, like, you don't need these because, you know, you have a Curtain Raiser, it's fine. And then, oops, let me just move this because I realize there's a lot of stuff here.
Yeah, no worries.
I play 3 Magnamuts and then 3 Druisworms. I used to play 3 Magnamut and then 1 Druisworm, but I feel like with tiers being very prominent, you want to maximize on this. Currently the list is 44. I did think about cutting out 1 Druisworm for 2 Sorneers, but then I feel like that would like lower the probability of seeing like scales because this deck does require, it's like a 2.5 card combo.
Yeah, that's.
And you know, like, I don't know, maybe I'll try it eventually, but I feel like this works out a lot. It's cool that this searches any dragon, so if you want to, you can either search for like, you know, your Luster or Master or your Auda's Revolution. But if not, obviously you just want to search this, and then this is just nice because, you know, you can chain it with your Beyond the Pendulum. That way you can protect the search and also send a card on your opponent's field to the graveyard.
Yeah.
Oops. There's one more card out the show, but let me just get this out of the way real quick. And pretty much the last, what should be the last main deck monster is Scythe. I am still Scythe locking because I don't have a Baron that I can use. So Scythe lock is still the only option I can do.
Oh, man.
I mean, it's funny though because people don't expect it still, which is odd considering that there's vegetables, but like, there's a way where you can always just summon this out. Because granted, like, I'm always going to be popping this with Entis, which is, you know, material for Abyss Dweller. And, you know, if they don't stop the Abyss Dweller, then they got to deal with the side. But, you know, it's either one or the other. And you're just having both is funny to trigger. So that's pretty much it for the monsters. For the spells, which is very minimal. Well, I guess not really very minimal because I showed some earlier. Sky Iris, common because I'm poor. No, I'm kidding. This switches the Revolution Dragon, which is nice. You could also use this to trigger your Ignis Phoenix effect to special from deck, so that's very nice synergy. MVP honestly is Necro Valley. The tourney where I played where I got like first place, it was funny because I lost all my die rolls, so I was going second the entire time. And so all I did was just search Necro Valley and then just, you know,
Yeah,
pass.
most tiers are gonna struggle against that.
Yeah.
They need to out it with like heartbeat at that point.
And you know, because I was going second, like this card was like irrelevant.
Yeah.
So yeah, Necro Valley is really nice. Like, it's honestly like an auto win against most decks, I want to say. Just because, you know, if they rely on the graveyard, then you're pretty much solid. And then 3 triple attacks.
Nice.
I think Jared said this earlier, but like, this card is very needed in this format because your opponent is always going to be activating monster effects during your turn. And, you know, this is just so free. Honestly, the only reason why I lose is because I don't know whether to take or whether to draw 2 cards. Like, it's really hard to like read what is the proper game plan, but like, honestly, being able to take like a Ruthless and then linking it off, or being able to draw 2 cards to help you come more is very nice. So I feel like this card is very necessary this whole format.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much the main deck. Like I said, it was 44. Might go to 45, just add the 2 Sorneers and then take out the 1 Druisworm.
Yeah.
I don't know, we'll see how that goes. As for the extra deck, I'm playing 1 Jade and Yuki token. That way I can always remember to get my game on, because if I don't have it with me, I can't get my game on, and I just lose. He was right there. Link monsters, obviously I'm playing the 1 Beyond the Pendulum. Honestly, the best Link monster that you can play, besides, you know, Electromite, because we don't have that here. Paying 1200 sucks, but it is very nice to search for a Pendulum card, which, you know, like, is either going to be your Monkey Board or your Astrograph. The secondary effect too, where if you special summon 2 monsters with different levels to his zones of points too, does come up surprisingly enough. So that's very nice. Like I think that helped me out a Baguska or like an elf that was protecting like IP, so it did force out the IP effect. Play one Dagda because I am playing Scythe. Full combo. Well, not really full combo, but like honestly, like activate Dagda, Ignister effect, Disenchain. So you know that's how you get rolling. One Celine. I don't really have anything else to say about Celine because it should kind of make sense.
She's kind of self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Just like access code or like any.
Yeah. Speaking of access code, I did think about, well, because I now have a Zelantis because before I wasn't running Zelantis. I did think about switching this out because when I'm activating Necro Valley, like I can't really do access code effect. So I might try that out, but we'll see. But honestly, like, you know, access code is still nice because it does out those like big bodies that you can't really do, like Ignister can't deal with by itself. And I play the Appaloosa because Appaloosa is still nice to have. Monster Negates does come up still, and you know, because you have number 38 on the field, or because I have number 30 on the field, like whenever my opponent tries to attack over this, I just do 38, so that way they are forced to attack the 30 instead. So this is nice. I think there were a few times where I actually made my access code gain 4,000 attack because I used Oppo as link material, so
yeah,
that's pretty nice.
That's great.
Yeah,
4K attack just to like solidify the game state.
It's nice.
Yeah.
For the synchros, I'm playing 2 Ignisters. Oh, not for synchros. The Dracoslayer extract, sorry. 2 Ignisters. 2 is mandatory in my opinion. Don't play 1. I don't know why you would play 1. I feel like 2 is very necessary just because the second one is nice to come up. Magister, and then Dinosaur. Yeah. Nothing really to say. Just the right numbers that you play. Use these 2 to make your Entis, and then you overlay these 2 to make your 38.
Yeah.
And then for the synchros, playing 1 Borderlord Savage, just because there are times where it is nice to have that negate, and like I said, you either use Synchron with Monkey Board to make this, or use whatever you summon off of Ignis Phoenix, because that monster is treated as a tuner. Obviously you can't use, what's his face? Luster Pendulum, because you can only use Luster to summon Dracoslayer
Luster
cards.
locks you in the Dracoslayers.
Which is very unfortunate, but you know, it's fine, it is what it is. And the 1 Scarlight, shout out to Carlos, because he wouldn't let me play this deck unless I mained. Well, that's a good deck. No, pretty much he told me I should be maining this rather than signing it, and you know, funny enough, this does come up, which is funny because I didn't think it would come up, but it's nice, you know, burn for time. For the other fusion, I play Entis. Like I said, you use Ignister and Magister to summon this, and then you overlay it into Abyss Dweller. That way you get the pop still. And then for the rest of the XCs, I'm playing 1 Abyss Dweller because, you know, tier.
Yep.
Baguska.
Yep.
Helps out like flutteries and stuff like that. And then the 38. That's pretty much it for the extra deck. Yeah, nothing really else to say about that. And then for the side deck, I am running Change of Heart and Mind Control.
Okay.
This is pretty much for any other deck besides tier. I mean, granted, it does help against tier, but like it's also generic. Just nice to take another monster on the field. I think there was a time where I activated triple attack, and like I wasn't sure if I should draw or take, so I did draw, and I drew into a mind control. Like, oh, I guess that's fine. So you know, playing these 2.
Mind control it instead, I guess.
3 Cosmic Cyclone. I'm not playing Twin because you do need the hand resources, in my opinion. I know it's just nice, chain this on an anti-spell, and also because it banishes cards, like it goes around card protection and stuff. Secret, or cards I like, Solemn Scolding and the 1 Guiding Ariane.
Oh shit.
If I'm going first, and I'm siding, I search Guiding Ariane off of Beyond the Pendulum. That way when I destroy it off of like, I don't know, like Sky Iris or like another card, I could search for Solemn Scolding, which, you know, this card basically stops everything. I mean, you do pay 3,000, but like it stops everything, you know.
But it's good that it's like a very like high impact card.
Yeah.
Just to stop them from playing.
It's better than a Judgment because you don't lose. You know, I learned my lesson that one time. And then for the rest of it, I'm playing triple Ghost Assistance Dogwood because time. If I'm being honest, it's very nice because it does stop people unless you know they want to help you gain life points, which is very scary because you know if they combo and you can't really break the board, then it's like, oh, what's the point? And this is new, 3 D shifters, just because, you know, graveyard. It doesn't really matter for this deck because if you're not able to OTK, you just go into Baguska and just wait. But yeah, like playing these three. Like I might actually be playing these for like every other side I make for the rest of this format.
So, any more shout outs or like last words you want to say before?
Can't really think of anything besides like this deck is actually really fun when you get to know the learning curve for it, because it is very, what would I say, like you have to think ahead a lot in my opinion, but it's just so nice because I didn't say this when I was showing against her. I mean, I guess I'll do it now. Like I didn't know. It's so funny how powerful this card is because it's not what's returned. So like when people go like, oh, that's not what's returned, it's just nice. And, you know, like just being able to break a board with this card because it doesn't target for the shuffle back is just. I didn't know I'd enjoy it that much, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I believe that's it. That's all I want to say.
Alright, congrats Christian on getting that first place on that tourney, bro.
Thank you.
Big ups for the man himself. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Love you guys. Peace.
I don't know what you're doing. This is fully endorsed by Crush Cards. I'm not being held hostage to say these things. Definitely subscribe.
My day's just been made.
You mad?
Oh god, I got to hear it in real life!